တက်နေစောင့်ပြီးတော့ကြာ38လေးရထွက်သွားပါထွက်သွား60ထက်ဆောင်မှလားမသိဘူးလေအဲ့နဲ့
38ကဒရီကျွတ်တယ်ထက်လာ
နောက်တစ်စီး
အများကြီးရှိတယ်
အဲ့ငါတို့က38ကခုမှထွက်သွားတော့ကြာကဲလို့ရအောင်လမ်းလျှောက်အောင်သွားလို့ငါလည်းငုံပြီးတော့
ထက်လာလေသူကဒီထွက်လေနောက်ထပ်38ထက်လာနည်းနည်းတော့ကြာတော့ဒီနေ့ညနေကမြန်ဟိုကားအများကြီးရှင်းတော့မြန်တော့တတိပြီး
Yeah, you know that I'm a soldier. You can keep me off my guard, but you can't keep me from my army. I feel like a floor inside, the energy's getting higher. You're saving my arms, 'cause
I'm excited to see what they do.
At Team Fireflux, they will continue. Continue pressuring Sasa a little bit, but here comes the funny part for me. There's a lot of picks that are still there. They can be used for the team, for the side of Team SMG. They haven't yet chosen the marksman, but the Beatrix is there, and there's a lot of other picks for Team SMG. So far I would say that the early phase of the draft, I kind of lean towards Team SMG.
I think I could agree with that sentiment as well, but it's highly dependent on which side of the map it's going to be played around. And I feel with Fireflux, they're considering where their bans are, I think they're going to be, again, playing towards the gold side. Baxia gets locked in, so that answers your question. They're not going to go for the assassin. They want that utility jungle, and more so, they want to maintain their tempo against Team SMG.
So that means the roamer might also make a difference here for Fireflux. They need someone who's very proactive. They need someone who can go toe-to-toe or at least run by TNZ's side. They want someone to go up speed instead of going right? You don't want to leave the box hanging.
That's true. That's also true. I'm thinking like along the lines of maybe even Angela if we're really, really like forcing it out,
where
right?
you're always there.
Exactly. But then again, Team SMG, they could pick it up on this side, but I'm not sure about the lane priorities at this point.
Well, having a Baxia on the side of Team Fireflux actually gives them that flexibility, but look at Team SMG, they will just have one of both these, let's say, supports in the mid lane. Maybe mostly it's gonna be the Angela, but going back to my point talking about Tenzi or Tainzi with his Baxia, I think that he have proven so many times that Team Fireflux, he can be the sole Reaper, I would call him, for Team Fireflux. He always goes in with a fast rotation and takes what he wants.
Man, how did you see that Angela come in? It's like you're from MPL Malaysia or something.
It's crazy. It feels like the MY in my heart is the same as the MY on stage. If you look at the audience predictions, thank goodness, because apparently here in Malaysia itself, we have a population of nearly 150%.
people flew in.
People flew in.
For the wildcard, they're still there apparently.
Just to send in their votes. But look, the rest of the world is still leaning. I mean, there's still parts that still believe in Fireflux, especially from the EECA. It's good that they have that support, but honestly, I'm ready to have my expectations either be met or completely ruined.
Well, I will tell you that your expectations, if they are towards Team SMG, for them to win, they have to win the early game phase, because whenever they lose the early game phase, it's so hard for them to recover. Well, seeing the draft here, I would say that Team Fireflux have a lot of pressure to apply, but let's see together.
Well, with that being said, as we go in towards Land of Dawn, we have our second best of 3 matchup here at the M5 World Championship between Team SMG versus Fireflux Esports. Team SMG on the blue side, Fireflux Esports on the red.
We're already seeing a little bit of spice here as Fireflux finesses this Hilda into that roam. Apex 47, known for his Estes, known for his Atlas, now picks up a hero that lives in the opponent's jungle. So something tells me a part of Fireflux actually wants to go fast, and this is the right hero, right? This is the hero that we were looking for, someone who can run alongside TNZ's Baksha as he wails away at Nico at half health. Oh, wow. Fireflux already off to a great start.
I mean, it is just level 1, right? And that's what we should expect for the side of Fireflux. They need to start creating advantages around in the side lanes, and this kind of gives us a rough idea that they do want to play towards that gold side. With Boxia starting on his purple, he's going to be ending up on the top side of the map, and it's going to be pretty crazy, right? These are potential expectations in terms of items. Don't get too confused just yet. It's only a minute and 20 seconds into the game.
I think that Avix is trying so hard to just pressure outside the jungle area, but so far he cannot do that much because of the slowdown coming from the Angela and as well as the Matilda. So I would actually say that Team SMG, in terms of the rotation, they have to focus on their gold lane a little bit because they have 2 supports. So there's nothing better than having 2 supports. I think that these are actually the most banned supports in all the tournaments, not just the internationals.
They usually never get slipped through, but keep in mind.
Whoa.
Oh, wait.
Oh.
Miko trying to help out Lord Smooth, committing his flicker because again, he ran into a 3-man mid-rotation from Fireflux. It's tough. And now the Turkish have priority over the First Lord.
Yeah,
Rather Turtle.
I don't think Team SMG is going to contest this, right? We're seeing that, unfortunately, he's not level 4. He's already in a different matchup against Alien on this Grizzla. Top side getting harassed early on, so it's difficult for Sasa to actually take trades for the time being, and Nico just getting stopped in his tracks with Fireflux parking in their jungle.
Well, if you got to watch Team SMG, you will think that they are kinda robots, but in a good way, because whenever they win the early game, whenever they have that chance, they continue.
Uh-oh. Alien here put down to 1/10 of his health. Tienzi to the rescue, keeping his XP laner alive. And just like that, Alien's back at it again. Let me get some heals here. Brave Smite doing its job. Stormy in mid, does have the hard guard, and it is off of cooldown. Didn't use it quite yet. So maybe now we see Team SMG actually, putting up a fight.
Well, I don't know. Personally, for me, when I'm thinking about like Stormy on Angela, my blood starts to boil because he's such a mechanically gifted player. So why put him on something so, I wouldn't even say brain dead to a certain degree, but something that doesn't allow him to express the way that he plays as we go into this pause.
He throws out those love waves, just pixel perfect.
Pixel perfect.
I'm trying to help him out, man.
I mean, it's got to be something. Like, the timing obviously is going to be good. But yes, Yasu, as you were wanting to mention earlier.
Yeah, I was saying that Team SMG, whenever they control the early game, I think that this what makes them go into their own comfort zone. Well, Team SMG, when they control the early game, I think it's, I'm not going to say easy, but it's so hard to take it away from them. And for Team Fireflux, they are used to have good trades. So far, I think they are playing, Team SMG are playing so passively, and I think they should actually, because they don't have that much of a front lane thing. But yeah, I don't know actually what to say here, but Team SMG, I thought they will like play a more aggressive early game.
I think now is a time. After Stormy hits level 4 is when they can actually be proactive. Because the Hearthguard can actually time out or find the pickoffs where TNZ is not. Because again, there's that whole counteracting Baksha's mark with the whole Heartguard. You have less shields, less regen. So maybe that's where Stormy's mechanics can come through, is those last minute, last second final calls. Do I go in here? No, psych! I'm gonna jump into someone else.
But thinking of it, how much shield Like, I think it's a disgusting amount of shield that Team SMG has, right?
I agree. I feel like if we had to kind of summarize what Team SMG is playing, it's a catch me if you can style of composition.
They
You know
have
what I
all the
mean?
shields. That's a scientific number. All the shields.
All the shields, they've got the CC as well, and they also have the mobility to kind of like run circles around you, right? Like this is what we should expect for the side of Team SMG. And don't get me wrong, this is not exactly the easiest comp to play, especially considering that Fireflux likes to have that Ube kind of style. Play together, fight as a team, move as a team.
So now we're looking at when they pull the trigger. Are they waiting for Sasa? Are they waiting for Saksha? Let's see here, because right now, it's no secret, the Turkish are saying when the fights happen, like this now right now. TNZ coming in, forcing a fight. Apex as well. I can't believe it. It's a 2v4, they know it. Sunshine
Saksa
holding this Y bush. A few stacks on to the Kage as they both back off.
Yeah, unfortunately with Joy, early game damage may not necessarily be there. It does take a little bit of ramping up to that point. But in the meantime, at least Sasa on the Beatrix, right? And we know that traditionally, even if Beatrix is in a quote-unquote losing matchup, clearing the waves is also an option.
And I would actually also want to add one more point. There is a strategy called Protect the King, and that's by protecting the gold lane. I think that the gold lane at this moment for Team SMG, like calling Sasa out here, is should be served the best, because we have two supports, one of the best, if not the best supports at the current meta. So whenever there's pressure on Team SMG at the lane, I think they have to prioritize to save Sasa and make him farm even more.
I think I agree with the sentiment there, especially with the micro rotations that are going on, sending him into the mid lane, picking up that wave, and then quickly rotating with the help of the guiding winds from Miko to get back top.
There we go. Second turtle coming in, circling eagle. Tenzi still able to hit retribution. And now Saksha regretting everything, running on out. Miko with the guiding winds, now smooth. Still holding on to the final slash. No one home.
Catch me if you can. I'm telling you, it's difficult to kind of knock them down.
Uh-oh, down bottom. Sunshine, he gets away, but that was a close call for Sasa, calling in Stormy for the hard guard. The fight continues. Apex running away. Miko has to tell the tale of Arth.
By giving that 5 minutes, we see that there's a switch lane that happens so fast, but what's also so fast is Saxa.
Oh, still Apex. This man is relentless. Oh, interesting. That stat down bottom might as well tell the story of how Arlet might be, what, foiled by Trisla?
Yeah,
Because the stats look better.
I mean, the stats definitely are going to look better
Whoa!
overall.
Oh, Miko.
He should be out of there, no problem, right? I mean, they're not going to dive this after they've used the hard guard. It's about the timeout in about like 4 seconds more.
Yep, this is a stolen hard guard, by the way, from Rosa. And as early as 5 minutes, they're already pulling a Turkish Ube as Miko tries to defend Stormy's position. Apex commits the power of wildness. Apex deep in enemy territory. As in lucky out of box, forcing another flicker from Miko. And now next, Stormy with the docket. Flickering out, gets hit by the Poissons. And now Miko's up next. Sasa can't do much. In comes Smooth. Can he do anything? Dash out the final slash. Serves up Dizzy. Sasa does not have the damage yet. Sunshine pulls the trigger. Torn apart memory. Smooth folded in half.
I think that Smooth came in a little bit late. He was so late for that Team 5, but on the other side, the Team 5 are utilizing, taking that. I think the Team 5 took more than what this Team 5 was offering.
Yeah, I agree with that as well. And wait, this isn't a solo kill, right?
Alien.
He should be okay, right?
Oh! The DPZ not going to be able to save him. You were saying.
Yeah, I think that overall, the way that Fireflux is playing, it's actually pretty smart, right? But keep in mind that Team SMG are quite accommodating. For an example, we did see Stormy kind of flicker in an awkward manner, but he really understands that it's more important to give that kill over to TNZ than to give it over to Sunshine.
Look at this. After the turtle take, Team SMG looking to punish Apex. Not going to happen as he dashes on through the bushes using the Hilda's passive. It's tough. Fireflux taking all the turtles, going 2K ahead here, 7 minutes in.
Well, there's something that really irritates me about that, and they are and that's that Team SMG are focusing with Smooth more than they are focusing with Sasa.
I think they believe that at least for Sasa, it's easier for him to clear these waves in comparison to Smooth, who's already not only having a bad matchup in that 1v1, but more so, his wave clear isn't as effective.
Well, I would agree with you, but again, let's look at the in-game equipment here. We see that the Beatrix already got the Blade of Despair. On the other side, there's 2 items, so Sunshine is actually doing really good.
Oh, it looks like Team SMG might be looking for a play here. I wonder if they knew that Rosa was in the bush. Rosa, by the way, stole the Hearth Guard. And top, this is odd. They've been for about 2 minutes now. Smooth! Gonna get taken down. What's happening to SMG?
This is what I'm talking about, right? It's one of the moments where you want to see Team SMG kind of difficult with this style of comp, especially if Fireflux are going to be stuck so close together.
Well, Team Fireflux are actually doing really good with that draft. I wasn't at the beginning, at the first phase, I wasn't agreeing with the draft that Team Fireflux had, but by seeing everything, like by seeing all the teams pick up all their heroes and showing us the strategy, I think that Team Fireflux are actually nailing it.
Yeah, Sue. Early in the draft, you were already not agreeing with the Turkish Ube. And here they're showing you this is the Turkish Ube.
Oh, but is it? I think that the Ube relies on the healing though, right?
It's delicious. I mean, they stole the heal. They did steal the Heart Guard, so they have that going for them.
They did have that going for them, but the very right, he's really taking advantage of his EX healing. He's seeing Saksa hang around on the top side of the map, so he has been coming down to quickly tax him, put that brass tax on him.
But there's something I really wonder about. When does SMG get more aggressive? Because 3 turtles in, Fireflux takes them all, and even with that Lord, it's so hard for them to contest.
I think it's a matter of a window. Team SMG is looking for a window. So far, they've been very passive. They've been taking trades, and it hasn't done them as hard. Wait, down to a third of his health, forced to the DPZ, and TNZ looking for the clap back. A turn. Sunshine presses the button. Torn apart memory. Sasa going back. Oh, Lord Smooth with a final slash. Serving up an ult to Sasa. That's Nibiru's passion. Smooth taking down. Team SMG misses the window.
Synergy once again, the final slash pushing them out of Bennett's rage. A little unfortunate there. I think they could have used it as own.
Here we go. Kenneth Bennett finds right in the back, and the Joy gets its first actual assassination in the back line there. Amazing. He's able to dash right through. The Sakshanatics go wild.
Yeah, Saksa knows when to go in and how to go in, and by taking that kill, I think that this might be the first time that we see Team SMG actually fight.
Yeah, I mean, they are looking to get into these fights, but it can get extremely difficult, right? Because I'm imagining them trying to chase down a kill, and then all of a sudden, you're seeing the Toys Poissons just get laid across the floor, and you're just taking damage for no reason. Oh, Miko's playing with fire. Oh, no.
Kenzie answers back, and the rest of SMG were there. You were saying.
Yeah, I think that at a moment's notice, things are going to change. I think that Team SMG are only going to be proactive once we hit the later stages of the game. For the time being, I think Fireflux have full control.
And also, I would say that Team Fireflux at this moment, I'm not going to say they have a lot of gold lead, but they don't want to take this Lord actually. They are looking to fight.
It's a slow take here. The Turkish want to dance. Rosa with a stolen circling eagle, putting Nico down to a fifth of his health. Lord here at half. Alien kiting, Alien pulling. As CNZ says, let's call it off. Not a good Lord take here. They reset.
Saksa's going to show himself.
Whoa, here we go. Conceal play. They spawn out Smooth. Flickering on out. Final slash. And all but the kitchen sink left. Down Smooth. Here comes the rest of them. Saksha gets a Heart Guard in. Miko says, let's go. Alien gets caught out. The damage once more. Not enough. Fireflux retreats. Not a single casualty.
Fireflux understand the only person who can kind of set up a kill for the layup is Smooth. So you take him out of the equation and you can see them just kiting away from people like Saksa, who is currently, yes, he's catching up at EXP, but he doesn't have his third core item to actually deal enough damage.
Gideon, what you're saying is the alley, the rest of them is the oop, and we've been only seeing oops.
It's painful. It's painful to watch, but at the same time, this is how Team SMG plays it when they are behind. Keep in mind, it's only a 3.6k lead. We're not seeing anywhere close to an 8k lead or even a 10k lead just yet, which could be very dangerous for Team SMG.
And for Team Fireflux, actually, after seeing the itemization of all the members, they are focusing so hard on that defense items in terms of the magical defense. So actually, they are they are totally right, because if you look at Team SMG, they have a lot of magical damage there, but some players of Team Fireflux were going for the Athena Shield, and some of them were going for the Radiant.
Yeah, and I think it's just going to be a matter of time because there'll come a time wherein items don't matter. You have to execute on it. Maybe if you're to the level of AP Brendan Burmese goals from earlier today where it actually matters how you juggle, right now it's about positioning. And speaking of, hey, here's one strength Team SMG has. They can plant Stormy here and it'll bite them less in the butt, much like how Fireflock Esports has to commit these two, Apex and Rosa, taking the long on Orange.
I mean, they didn't have to actually commit, but at least they're planting them there. They have an idea that if they start moving, they can immediately punish.
Actually, by having an Angela, you have that free space pushing on the other side of the map, and Team Fireflux knew that.
Rosa with a stolen circling eagle, Kakao right into it, and there's the Bennett's Rage! Smooth! The final slash, and they take one down, make it 2, Alien Kenzie for Sasha, as Team MG gets a winning grade, but in the grander scheme of things, they lost the retribution, they're still going. Oh, River Bush coming in, forcing Apex to come through. Smooth, wailing away, not enough damage between these 4 left. Team SMG back off, Fireflux holding their ground.
Okay, they're going to need a reset here for the time being. Maybe they can get him in turret. It could be difficult, but Rosa, just really nice play. He still doesn't even have to use his flicker. Again, Team SMG have missed the opportunity. Yes, they were able to get 2 kills, but now it's back to just wave management.
As I told you before, Tennessee, I would actually like to call him the Soul Reaper. If you looked at his score, he's actually 6 out of 6 in terms of the kill. He's having 2 kills and 4 assists, as you can see, and he puts his final touches. Well, if we look at Team Fireflux and we wait for them until they get a Lord, we will take so long. They actually want to take the fight, and they want to take the Lord, and that is actually justified by having the gold lead and also having the control over the map.
Oh, Sunshine pulls the trigger there. Not enough stacks, but this is a slow-paced Lord dance. Gentlemen, can you believe it? Lord evolved during the dance. He's like, come on, man. You don't take me or not.
Yeah, and I think that at least for teams, nobody really wants to be committing too hard on this Lord, because again, the engage and counter engages coming in from both sides are actually pretty devastating. And I think Fireflux learned their lesson. They don't want to give any more lead over to Team SMG, so Team SMG must take the initiative.
And Yenzi spot smooth in
Lord.
bush. Coming in with the final slash. It's Miko with his wisps who actually take down for Team SMG, but they do smooth along the way. Fireflux doing damage control, backing off. Team SMG holding their ground here in mid. Tier 1 in jeopardy, gets taken down by the Turkish as Sasha tries to look for the flank. In he goes, hard guard by Stormy, asking for the assist, and they back off. This is a perilous engage.
Yeah, a messy team fight followed by a mid lane turret, followed by a kill, and actually the one who takes that Lord was the Rumor, so both junglers better luck next time. And look at Team SMG, you will see that they did recover, and that's actually the opposite of what I said earlier on. Team SMG, when they lose the early game, they don't recover well. Well, now they are answering me.
Yeah, I mean, they've been struggling to kind of set up this arm